I'm very happy to stand for you for the classes of 10th Geography. Today we are going to deal with the same lesson 1, resources and development. Okay, and from the geography part, the lesson 1 maybe there are 6 episodes we completed. Now we have to deal with the 7th episode. Class 10, lesson 1, resources and development. Maybe from geography part. Okay, today we have to deal with the soil as a resource. Okay, you know that we already discussed there are so many topics from this lesson, and rest of the few topics are remained that I will complete within 1 or 2 episodes. So today, anyway, we have to get into the new topic, that's soil as a resource. I would like to call your attention towards the page number 7, page number 7, 7 and 8. There we can see this particular topic, soil as resource. So we were learning about the resources. We know that even the human being also as a resource. Okay, and so many resources we can see on the earth crust, and with that, even we can understand even the soil also one of the resources. About that we are learning today, and here mentioned that soil is the most important renewable natural resource. Okay, so soil is the most important maybe a renewable natural resource. So many naturals are there, but this is the natural resources, and it is the maybe the importance of the even for the growth of the plants, and it is supporting for the different type of the living organism on the earth. Okay, so the soil always supporting for the growth of the even the living things, otherwise the plants. Okay, you know that the plants we growing on the soils on the earth crust, that we can understand that. So here very clearly we are saying maybe soil is supporting for the growth purpose and for all the living organisms on the earth. That's very clear. So we can understand that there are some factors which contribute to the formation of the soil. So soil is one of the resource. At the same time, how soil is formed. Okay, about that we have learned something as a briefly as an introductory part. Okay, so there are different factors are there for the formation of, otherwise the contribution of the formation of the soil. How the soil form? Okay, now we are going outside. Maybe we are able to see soil and different type of soils we can see, and we know that how it's formed. About the do you have any information how soil is formed? So there will be different factors are there before to soil, otherwise forming the soil. That clearly mentioned that is a few information. Maybe for the formation of the soil, we can understand that there will be millions of years will take place. Okay, not only 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Okay, it will take you millions of years to form the soil. Maybe from the rocks only, there will be parent rocks are there, and from the parent rock that transfer towards the soil, it will take time. That means not only 1 year, 2 years, maybe so many years may take. Sometimes the geography people they are saying that, geologists are saying that it will take the millions of years. And one more other important things are relief parent rock and bird rocks are there, and also there will be something will much affect about the climate also. Okay, so forming the soil, it will take millions of years. One thing we have to understand that it will take millions of years. And from the parent rock, or bedrock, divided, and also there will be climate and time. Okay, so forming from the rock, from the parent rock, otherwise from the bedrock, maybe that transferred towards the so the soil, it will take millions of years. That's the important thing. And within the millions of years only, not only 1 or 2 days or 2 months, 3 months, more than years and years will take to form, others to become the soil. And also from the parent rock, others from the bedrock, that are divided into small pieces, tiny pieces are there. That's called soil. Now, then we can understand that it will take the because of the climate. climate also one of the another factor to begin, otherwise the formation of the soil. Climate also affecting a lot. Okay, so climate also needed and time also. Okay, so time and climate will take to form the soil. It will take millions of years. And from the parent rock, otherwise from the bedrock, that may be divided as a tiny particles, then forming the soil. That's a very clear information. And how maybe what are the different factors that have to form the soil? So we can understand it will take the time, and it will take maybe from the parent rock, otherwise the bedrock, and also from the climate also, and also the time will affect. Okay, that will change maybe from the parent rock, otherwise from the bedrock towards the soil. Okay, that will take. So this is the ways maybe soil form. And now various forces of the nature, and also maybe forming. We can understand that another important things are there, that various forces of the nature. Okay, this is the main information. Okay, normal. Okay, information, and there will be another. We have to understand various forces of nature. Various forces of nature. Okay, various forms of the nature form the, otherwise the formation of the soil. What are, okay, first one we understand that may be the change of temperature. Okay, and second one we can see that maybe actions of running water. Another important thing we can understand that wind and glaciers. Another one, activities of decomposers. And finally, chemical and organic changes. Okay, listen to me right now. So we already discussed how the soil formed. So reasons are that there will be millions of years will take place, and from the parent rock, others from the bedrock, and also from climate time needed to be changed maybe from the parent rock and to the form the soil. Okay, from the parent rock, the duration, others the travel from the soil, we can understand that maybe it will take years, and there will be various forces of the nature. This is also one of the factors. Okay, another factor, various forces of the nature. So first one we can understand the change of the temperature. Okay, so this is one of the another factor is that to form the soil, the change of the temperature. Temperature may be increased, sometimes decreased. You know that we have different climates are there, different seasons are there. According to the season, according to the climate, maybe the temperature may decrease, sometimes may be increased. So maybe the daytime maybe temperature may increase, the nighttime the temperature may be decreased. So these two different factors are there, that various factors we can understand that's from the nature to form the soil. Okay, so because of the climate change, other changes of the temperature, also soil form. And the second one, maybe actions of the running water. Okay, you know that we have different maybe drainage system in India. We can understand so many mainland rivers are there: Ganga, Indus, Yamuna, Brahmaputra, and Kaveri. Like that, so many rivers are there. That's maybe the top of the water, the flowing towards the maybe the bottom of the water. Very fastly that the water is flowing from the top towards the bottom. And that time also, because of that action also making, otherwise one of the factor to form the soil. So we can understand that actions of the running water. Okay, that if you understand that because of the water flows from the top of the water towards the bottom of the water, and very fastly we can flow the fast water we can see from the top of the water towards the bottom. So that is one of the reason to form the soil. And wind and glaciers. Okay, and wind and glaciers. The glaciers also, you know, from the top of the water flowing towards the bottom. So this is also one of the reason and the wind also one of the reason. Okay, always wind is affected a particular area, and there even the temperature also may be changed, and maybe the actions of the wind also one of the factor to form the soil. And another one, activity of the decomposers. Okay, decomposers activities are there. Because of that decomposers activity, maybe soil form. And maybe the last one, the chemical and organic changes. Because of the chemical and organic changes, and also that's one of the reason for the forming the soil. So I already informed you that will take millions of years, not only 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe more than that. And maybe from the parent rock, otherwise the bird rock, from there we can see that maybe soil form, and maybe it will one of the factors climate and time. It needs different type of climate, and maybe the time was needed to form the soil. So the various forces we understand that changes of the temperature, action of the running water, wind and glaciers, and activities of the decomposers, and the chemical and organic changes. And these are the different factors are there. Especially these are the factors that will come under the various forces of the nature. Okay, these are the nature. Because of the force of the nature also we can see the soil form. So I hope that you understand that how maybe soil form. Now we have to go ahead. Here mentioned that maybe the soil can be classified in different types. Okay, so in India we can see that different type of soils are there. Okay, alluvial soils are there, maybe the black soils are there, and may you know that so many different type of soil we are able to red and yellow soils, and black soils are there, laterite soils are there, arid soils are there. So a different type of soils we are able to see even in India. In our relief features we can understand. So different states also we can see different type of soils are there. So these are the different type of soil very good for different type of crops also. All the maybe the black soil that's very good for the cotton, and maybe for the paddy that black soil is not good. You know that for any other vegetation this black soil is not good. So we can understand that different type of soils are there. So that are the areas growing different type of plants. Okay, so we have in India, according to our leaf features, we can see that we have different type of soils are there. So we are going to learn one by one. But today we are going to deal with only first point. That's mainly we can understand that maybe alluvial soil. So soil can be classified in different type. Classification of the soil. So today we have to learn about the classification of the soil. And only the first part we will deal with today. Okay, classification of soil. So we are going to learn first one, alluvial. Okay, so different soils are there. One by one we are going to deal with. Maybe few episodes I will complete it. So today we are going to deal with only first soil that which is mentioned in our textbook. That's called alluvial soil. India has varied relief features and landforms, climate realms, and vegetation types are there. There will be a combination in the development of the various soil. So you know that I already informed you that different type of soil allowed to grow different type of plants, different type of vegetations are there. All the thing in one particular alluvial soil we are able to see, because different type of plant need different type of soil. That purpose only we are able to see in our relief features of India different type of soils are there. The first we are going to deal with the alluvial soil. So here we are getting some information about the alluvial soil that mentions that the soil is most widely spread and it is an important soil. Okay, this soil widely spread out all over the India. Okay, not all the states. There are some states. Okay, as well that's most important soil, and we are getting very information that this entire northern plain are made of alluvial soil. Okay, you know that when we are going to the northern India, and we can understand that northern part of India almost we can see maybe the alluvial soils are available in northern parts of India, and we can understand that maybe the entire northern part of plains are made of the alluvial soil. These have been deposited by the important Himalayan river system, the Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. Okay, we know that we have the different big rivers are there, and you might have heard about the Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra. These are rivers are there. So you know that northern plains that completely northern plain we are able to see the main soil that mainly that's called alluvial soil. And why these are the areas completely northern area completely spread out the alluvial soil? Because of the drainage system that's called Yamuna, Ganga, Brahmaputra. These are the mainly rivers are there. They used to bring maybe the silt and all the fertile thing from the mountain areas towards the plain area. That purpose only northern area we can understand that almost the alluvial soil we found. Are you clear what I am saying? Alluvial soil mainly found in northern parts of India. Because of that, the drainage system of India. That means there are mainline rivers are there. Ganga, Yamuna, Brahmaputra. These are the mainland rivers are, and also there are so many thousands of tributaries also there for the mainland rivers. These are the rivers bring the silt and the fertile things towards the plain area, and automatically the northern plain became completely fertile region and completely we found alluvial soil. That's very good and important maybe the soil for the agriculture. Now these are the mainland rivers that brought this maybe the silt and maybe the important fertile things towards the northern plain. Now alluvial soil also found in eastern coastal plain and particularly in the deltas of Mahanadi, the Krishna, Godavari and the Kaveri rivers. You might have heard about these are the words, the names, and the Krishna, Kaveri, Godavari and Mahanadi. These are the words that you understand about that. You learned something about these are the rivers, and you know that the coast area of these are the rivers also. We can see that alluvial soils are available. Why? Because of these rivers started to flow from the mountainous area. They used to bring the flows towards the bottom of the mountain. They used to bring silt and fertile things. And you know that even the Krishna, Godavari and Kaveri rivers are there. Mahanadi is there. These are the only rivers. Maybe the coastal areas are fertile area that are also filled with the alluvial soil. Okay. Now the alluvial soil consists of various proportions of sand, silt and clay. Okay. You know that this is the maybe important thing you have to understand that this soils are consist of three things. First one is there, sand is there. Second is there, silt is there, and also clay is there. Okay. So this alluvial soil consists of three different things are there. Sand also there, silt also there, and finally clay. These three things consist of the alluvial soil. That's completely fertile soil. Now, according to the age of the alluvial soil, divided into two categories. Okay, you know that alluvial soil also divided into two different categories, and the first one is called alluvial soil two categories. First one is called old alluvial and second one is called new alluvial. Okay, so we can understand that alluvial soils are having the two different categories. First one is called the old alluvial soil, and second one is called new alluvial soils. Otherwise, the first one is called Bangas, and the new alluvial soil is called Khadar. Okay, so the old alluvial is called Bangas. Okay, and the new alluvial soil is called Khadar. Okay. The soils are alluvial soils are divided into two different categories. First one is called old alluvial, that's called Bangar. And second one is called new alluvial, that's called Khadar. Okay, and the specialty, this soil, we can understand that less fertile. Okay, this old alluvial soil, that's called Bangar, and that's less fertile. You understand the meaning of less fertile? Fertilization is very less. Okay, comparing the new alluvial soil. And the second one we can understand that's new alluvial soil, that's called Khadar, and it is we can understand completely fertile. more fertile. Okay, the old alluvial soil baggard less fertile, and new alluvial soil that's called gathered, that is more fertile. That means new, maybe the silt and all the fertility brought for the rivers, and newly where the form the delta, that area is completely fertile. That purpose we can say that the alluvial soils, two different categories are there. First one is called old alluvial, that's called baggard. That is there we can understand that that's less fertile. And second we can understand new alluvial soil, that's called gathered, that's more fertile. So wherever whatever even we are just scattering the seed towards the this new alluvial, otherwise they gathered, whatever they can grow, there's no more problem. But you know that this old alluvial, others baggard, that means fertility is very less. So we have to use extra fertility that area, then only the crop can grow. These are the areas. So this alluvial soil divided into two different categories, and old alluvial baggard less fertile, and new alluvial that's called gathered, that's more fertile. Okay, so mainly we can understand because of the drainage system of these are the mainland rivers and tributaries of the rivers. Because of that, these are the northern plain and also southern part of India. There are so many rivers are there. These are the rivers, coastal areas are completely filled with the fertile, the alluvial soil. That are also completely fertile soil. That's very good for the crops and all. Crops and the vegetation. Okay. So these are the main information we are getting from this first alluvial soil. I hope that you understand about this topic about regarding about the alluvial soil, how it's formed, and how many maybe years it take to form even the soil. This information I already given. So I will conclude. I will wind up my class today with these portions. And in the next class, I will discuss about the rest of the soils, and we are able to finish this lesson. Okay. So you go through the books, read again and again. If you are not understanding, okay, I will come by the next episode. Till then, okay, bye, tata, God bless you all.